ERC, quality service since 1972, repairing TVs, console stereos, electronic musical instruments, pinball machines, arcade games, and more. Call 836-0454.
You've clicked on the Weather Extreme video. I'm ABC 3340 meteorologist Brian Peters with you on this rainy, chilly morning across central Alabama. Let's go right to the radar. This is the Southeastern Radar Composite, and you can see that unfortunately, as much as we need rain, the rain is ending, but there are some fairly strong storms across the southeast section of Alabama. Skycam shows the streets in Jasper are wet, but it does look like the rain, according to radar, is ending. Still raining down in Clanton, and it looks pretty obvious that it's raining in Tuscaloosa. So a rainy morning as we start the day for this Sunday, December the 30th. On the surface map, we have a stationary front not moving much, with little ripples of low pressure moving up that front, causing this rain over the southeastern U.S. In the middle part of the country, we have a trough that is kicking out, and that is helping to generate all of this rain, which is very much needed across the southeastern United States. On the Storm Prediction Center's map of watches and warnings, still kind of a problem up there in the northern Rockies, and still some problems around New England and New York, with lots of watches and warnings and advisories in effect, especially winter-type storms. Severe weather possibility today and this afternoon across parts of North Florida, southeast and southwest Georgia, and the coastal sections of South Carolina and North Carolina, as this weather system is becoming more rooted in the surface, and as it does, the photographs, the wind profile, basically looking very favorable for the possibility of isolated tornadoes. Precipitation-wise, I know this map is really kind of out of date because it begins today at 12Z, so still expecting some rain in this area. But after that, we dry out, and it looks like we're going to start 2008 on a dry note. Precipitation-wise, you can see from the storm total precipitation that we've had a good deal of rain. Looks like on the order of maybe some spots with 2 to 3 inches in this event down across the southeastern part of the state. And, of course, that's probably very real because that area had rain over yesterday afternoon and overnight last night before the rain actually got to us. Here's a look at the Birmingham NexRad or WSR 88D radar, and it looks like the bulk of the rain is over into east central Alabama, so I suspect that we will see the rain clearing the area probably by late this morning, but I suspect a lot of clouds. Don't expect to see much in the way of sun today, although we could see a few breaks in the clouds by the late afternoon. Here's the 06Z GFS model run, and this is the 500 millibar forecast for this afternoon. You can see the trough coming through the lower Mississippi River Valley, and it does appear, looking at the 18Z prog, that indeed the GFS may be just a little bit behind it because it looks like the rain's a little bit further to the east and south than what the GFS is depicting by 18Z. It's already a little further away from that. That trough zips up to New England. That's the little trough you see up over Maine. And then we've got, count them, one over northern Missouri, one over south central Canada, one over northwest Canada, and another one right behind that one. So there's 4 of them in a row right there. And we'll dry out on Monday, and we may see some clouds on Tuesday as we see, or overnight Monday night and into Tuesday, as we see that longer wave trough beginning to sharpen up across the eastern half of the country, and with it will be dry, but notice the thickness. The 540 line now down to, I'd say in the vicinity of Clanton, which is in pretty good agreement with what the GFS has been forecasting. Back at the upper levels, that long wave trough, deep trough, sharpens up just off the southeast coast, so it is moving, unlike some of these that kind of plunge in and stop. And it does move on out, and by Thursday the 3rd, we're coming under a ridge with a little ripple coming through that ridge, but I think that ripple will be dry, and I think we'll be dry by Wednesday, and very cold on especially Tuesday and Tuesday morning or Wednesday morning, and those 2 days, Tuesday and Wednesday, pretty cold. And then you see that the thickness by Thursday has moved back up to the vicinity of extreme northeast Tennessee. The pattern flattens out a bit on Friday, but we still got little ripples moving through, and those little ripples may actually, produce some clouds. At the surface by Friday, the Gulf is beginning to open up again into the southern Mississippi River Valley. The pattern stays relatively flat, but it looks like it's becoming a little more southwesterly, and indeed you can see that on Sunday the 6th with these little disturbances moving through. There's one coming through the mid-Mississippi River Valley right there, and that could drag a front and some moisture down our way, drag the front through the central part of the country, and with the Gulf open, the moisture can increase here. But you notice that not much changes, and this is by Monday, a week from tomorrow, and we've got a very deep trough over the western part of the country. And once again, that means a lot of moisture returning, but it looks like for us, we could stay relatively dry. All right, let's go out into Voodoo Land. Here's the 252-hour, or this is the 9th of January, and indeed promises the possibility of some rain, maybe beginning late on the 9th and then extending into the 10th. And then advancing a little further, the 11th, that one big storm moves off to the east-northeast, but we leave a big piece of energy behind with a closed low over Southern California. That closed low comes out by the 14th, and that promises a very interesting scenario with a surface low over about Memphis. So that could be a severe weather producer. We'll be watching that for sure. Well, we appreciate you tuning in to the Weather Extreme video. Certainly hope that you have a great Sunday and enjoy this rain. James will be back tomorrow morning with the next Weather Extreme video. God bless.
Weather.